If you do prefer the MILFs, you can hit on the older birds, and you can go all the way down to girls who are 18, 19. So you have a massive range to play. Stylish, and he hit his early 30s as well. Just for a man being in their early 30s, that's around the 5-year, the half-decade mark where you are the most valuable, just purely out of your own age. No real drop-offs, whereas women vary from the age of 15, goes right up, peaks at 21, 22, 23, and then come 30, it really declines straight off. But it ties into kind of Rollo Tomasi's, the book I recommend all guys to read, The Rational Male, was a base understanding of intergender dynamics. There's elements in this article that dovetail nicely into sort of how this all comes together. High value male, sexual market value. Very interestingly, his age is exactly what Tomasi says is around the peak of male sexual market value. If you don't know about sexual market value, Google Rollo Tomasi sexual market value, but it's essentially how valuable you are to the other sex, women, because a lot of girls I've met who I grew up with at school, who are now, I'm 32, they're now 32. If they're not actually with a guy, obviously their value isn't there anymore. They can't compete with a 21 or 22-year-old girl. It doesn't work that way. Personalities, money, sporty types, the kind of guys who own the room, while us quiet ones got ignored. He had barely had a date through much of his 20s and gave up on women, but then he spent his time overseas, gained more confidence, learned how to dress well and hit his early 30s. So as you can see, he's worked inadvertently on his SMV. I can't believe how many men my age are only interested in young women. Wales gal, a 34-year-old advertising executive, as she describes her first search through men's profiles on the RSVP internet dating site. She is shocked to find many mid-30s men have set up their profiles to refuse mail from women their own age. It's 30-something women to look for Mr. Good Enough before they have even left choice. They're with an 8, but they want a 10, but suddenly they're 40 and they can only get a 5. Women delaying their search for a serious relationship have set up a very different dating and marriage market. The Sydney barrister Jamie finds himself spoilt for choice. Like many of his friends, he's finding women actively pursuing him, asking him out, cooking him elaborate meals, buying him. And I'll link a video I made about living an attractive lifestyle where you're building in elements to make your sexual market value stronger. But the key point is just remember that as you get older, naturally, as a man, your sexual market value increases. Can you relate to this? Do you shy away from approaching women because you're too busy, you're in a rush, you're late for a meeting, she's not hot enough, she's too hot, she's too hot, she's too hot, insert any other excuse that naturally will pop into our brains? What do you reckon about Blondie? We're just going to wait and see if she comes over, see what she's like.
Young, but you never know.
How young are we talking? I mean, this could be sort of...
For me, I don't know if she's either 18 or not.
This is Rolf Harris, isn't it? Style of sticking your didgeridoo where it shouldn't be. Shouldn't be stuck, I think. Fuck it, just for the novelty of it, let's just do it in the fucking thing. Excuse me, before you take the photo, this is quite forward, but I saw you and I was like, she's hot, I'm gonna have to take my chance.
I'm 17.
Oh, 17, is it too young? Maybe. They do say if there's grass over a wicket though, let's play cricket, so, I mean, personally for me, it's borderline, is it? I mean, 18?
There's young and then there's young.
You feel that was a little too young? Would you have, they do say age of consent, 16. It's there for a reason, isn't it?
Yeah.